First thing is I'd like to formally welcome you to the Islamic Center of Orlando, the oldest Islamic center in Orlando, the largest community in Orlando. And you can see how many people are here tonight. This is the 4th iftar we've done, and that means we need to expand our masjid so we can accommodate more people on a given night. And to that we had chimes going off. So I would ask if you wouldn't mind turning off your electronic devices unless you are recording something. That would just blend to a little more peaceful service tonight. I'm a member and a volunteer of the Islamic Center Orlando. I have been teaching a class in this room for 9 years and have only missed about 10 Sundays, and that included having a stroke and recovery. I was teaching in this chair in a wheelchair. So I'm also an individual and marriage and family therapist, a retired chaplain from the Department of Justice after 18 years. So I was in prison for 18 years. The purpose for this event tonight is to celebrate Iftar. And Iftar simply means the meal to break the fast. For many of our guests and all of the Muslims here, unless they're sick or traveling, which would mean they wouldn't be with us, they have fasted today 15 hours and 12 minutes. Nothing to drink and nothing to eat for 15 hours and 12 minutes. I'm really proud to say tonight that it did not take a violent event for us to have this event tonight. This is the 8th annual Iftar, and I've had the pleasure to host this one tonight and the previous ones that I'm talking about. Contrary to what people might know, ICO has always had an open door policy. We have 150 people last year at St. Luke's United Methodist confirmation class. Hooray for St. Luke's. Everybody give them applause. We filled this room with lots of questions and lots of love. And we have built an amazing relationship with the people that you'll later meet. I will be introducing all of the key players that I have built relationships with, that I lecture in their college classes, that I teach in their church. I've gotten the chance to preach in their church or their temple. So we also do Thanksgiving food distributions. We give, is it 400 or 800 turkeys every year? It's a huge number of turkeys that we give to our neighbors, no matter what your religion is, no matter what your gender is, no matter what your race is, we just give turkeys to our neighbors. So we're good turkeys. We do school tours as well, and other outreach events. And of course, this is again why we need this expansion program that we are embarking upon here at ICO. We do these events to dispel misconceptions and build bridges of peace and dialogue with our communities. And I want to thank you again for coming at this particular time in light of the events of June the 12th. In Surah 49 and verse 13 of the Holy Quran, it says, "O people, we created you from a single pair of a male and a female and made you into nations and tribes, that you may know each other, that ye may not despise each other. Verily the most honored of you in the sight of God is the one who is most righteous of you. And God has full knowledge and is well acquainted with all things." So accepting and affirming diverse people are associated with righteousness. The phrase known to be, and don't ask, don't tell, make a distinct group of people unknown, invisible, and invalidated, and this is juxtaposed to the teachings of Islam. The Quran says in chapter 2, Al-Baqarah, in verse 256, there shall be no compulsion in religion. In Surah 109 and verse 6, it says, to you be your way, your lifestyle, and to me be mine. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, migrated to Mecca, from Mecca to Medina, he penned the Sahifa, the charter or constitution of Medina, which allowed all religions to administer and practice their faith. There were Christians, Jews, Zoroastrians, polytheists, and others not affiliated with any religion at all. For the 13 years the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was there, he demonstrated acceptance and affirmation of all people. And acceptance and affirmation of all diverse groups is superior to tolerance. And I have my beloved sister over here, Lorelei, who I'm going to ask to speak later on tonight. We have a relationship with her lovely husband, Clinton. If I say to you, Lorelei, I tolerate you, doesn't that make you feel I'm just putting up with you? But if I say I accept and affirm you as a First Congregation member in Winter Park, Florida, then that makes you feel different, doesn't it? Yes. So, acceptance and affirmation is something that I'd like to charge you with tonight. So I'm using a Christian term because we know that Jesus came and he brought a charge to the church. And I want to bring a charge to every person that's here tonight. And I'll tell you the charge in just a moment. The Constitution of the beloved prophet said, "Be aware, whoever is cruel and hard on a non-Muslim minority, or curtails their rights, or burdens them with more than they can bear, or takes anything from them against their free will, I, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, will complain against the person on the day of judgment." Now that's what Islam teaches. Contrary to what Fox and CNN would like you to believe, I just gave you an authentic ahadith, tradition of our beloved prophet. And hopefully before we go to pray, I'd like to just share with you that on that event on Sunday, when the press release was taking place, I was in the Hampton Inn counseling families. I'm going to have to break now so that we can pray. I will come back and finish this part, inshallah. That call to prayer, I'm going to ask someone actually to call it for us. And when he starts to call the prayer, you will be allowed to have dates and water and whatever food is in front of you. So please, Brother Miguel, if you'll come up.